The discussion between Western animation and Eastern animation isn't adding anything to the table. However, more recently I've noticed there's something that I see across the wonderful internet numerous times, and it creates this interesting correlation. Man, Western animation is going downhill. No wonder everyone's watching the Demon Slayers and the My Heroes. I've been in both communities for a while now, and I think I have a good understanding on both sides of the spectrum. On one side, Western animation is valued for its unique art style from many different studios and artists and its amazing storytelling. While, for the most part, Eastern animation is valued for its action scenes, its takes on romance, and some mature, I guess the best way to put it, themes and takes on life. Both have their respective pros and cons. Unfortunately, you tend to see more negative stuff in both the communities, and depending on the fandom, it can get pretty heated. For instance, in the West, a lot of shows get cancelled. And of course, there are multiple shows that get cancelled. It's common, it happens all the time. The thing about it that makes shows getting cancelled more concerning and makes more people cry about it is that there's less good content. Compared to the East, they aren't releasing 30 plus new shows each season. There might just be a few or even a few continuations of a season, but nothing compared to the East. You also need to keep in mind that most of the West shows come from cable, so the shift from platform to platform can affect a show's run a bit, but more recently they've been trying to stick on to streaming sites. But when big name shows like Final Space or The Owl House, which get a ton of support for probably being really good, get confirmed to get cancelled, the community go on a rampant that they'd simply cancel their favorite show. And after a treasured series ends, they'll go back to loving the next one. There are plenty of examples of this happening, such as Teen Titans, Infinity Train, and Gravity Falls, just to name a few. Then you have the East, which it's literally the polar opposite. I'm sure those who follow the anime community have seen this enough, but there is a decent amount of controversy surrounding the health conditions and just the sheer amount of anime that is produced yearly. Like, guys, 30 plus shows every season is unfathomably insane. That's a topic for another day, but there is so much anime. Heck, I even have trouble keeping up with it myself. There is a clear, different pacing when it comes to the East, and there is so much to watch that sometimes it really can be overwhelming. The market is fresh for new ideas, or I guess very similar ideas just thrown in with a new MC, and of course, it'll capitalize. I find it really interesting that both sides clearly have their own problems, either there's too much or too little. It's crazy that we live in a world where there can be too much of content. But whether you're mostly a part of the Western community or both, there's one thing to surely not forget. Stop acting stupid. There's more that comes to, oh gee willikers, this show has less views, so let's just cancel it. At the same time, if there's so much crap being made, why are you complaining that season 17 of One Piece wasn't the best? There is so much content for you to watch that complaining on Twitter to some random other weeb that their opinion is bad is just plain stupid. It's even worse when people constantly mention to streaming sites on social media that they've ruined the site or they're sending people death threats. Like, dude, it's one show and they make the content that you're complaining about. What I'm trying to say is shows get canceled all the time. You may be disappointed, but you have to realize something. There is so much underrated stuff out there you probably have never heard of that may just be as good as the show that you're complaining that got canceled, or for a show that you're waiting on. So next time, while you're patiently waiting for the final season of Owl House or the premiere of Chainsaw Man, just remember that those are only 2 shows, and there are thousands of animes and shows out there for you to watch. Thank you guys so much for watching my rant. Have a great rest of your day, fellas, and I'll see you in the next one.